Hello out there, DeKalb, and welcome to our first edition on today, March 20th of 2020, of our Basement Chronicles, kind of putting out there the information that students, teachers, community members may need to know moving forward. All this information has been kind of pulled from different public access points. It's already available, but wanted to kind of condense it and give it to you. We'll kind of come together every Friday from here on out, presenting student works and different things that teachers want to make sure that gets out in the county or get out for people to know and understand of what really is going on behind closed doors. We have different things here submitted by teachers or things that I've pulled from notes from the state IDOE and just different areas that I feel need sharing. Kind of as we go, we will run this show Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It'll be more student driven on the previous days. And then every Friday, I'll continue to give more of a countywide update of things that I think are important or things that teachers submitted or teachers, community members, businesses, administrators, or whomever it may be, think important that they want to share out there for people to see and hear about what's going on within our school system. Right off the bat, high school teachers, I sent out a Google announcement form. I know we're not meeting with a lot of clubs, or if there are things that you want to get out for your high school students to hear and see, submit it to me. Whatever it is that you want people to see and hear, let me know and we'll get it out there. A couple of updates on my end that I've kind of taken in about kind of a virtual learning update from the school. There's some great things going on, talking to different teachers, different feedback from students, and just a lot of different avenues of communication that I've been able to hear and see from. One of the coolest things I've seen is the special ed department is on all the time. They have a Google Meet virtual classroom that is always on for students to reach out and get help when they need it. I know that a lot of student feedback for teachers about how assignment length, assignment difficulty, as we're kind of right now as educators trying to figure out what's appropriate for students of different levels and differentiating learning styles, and a lot of teachers out there doing a lot of really cool things. Other feedback that we've kind of heard from students, a lot of teachers are having like online virtual classrooms at similar times. There's been some overlap. Hearing from different teachers and administrators, we are working on a formatted schedule to make sure that to reduce those issues. For those who are using Google, the Google Meet, a lot of those times for those recordings to upload are up to 24 hours right now due to overload on Google's system. I'm sure those will be remedied very shortly, but just kind of be aware and update of what's going on. As far as announcements go, really we don't have a whole lot, obviously, but the big thing we have right now is science fair update. A lot of cool things. Mrs. Pierce wanted to reach out and make sure that you all get to see what's going on within the science fair. A lot of our students went to the Tri-State Regional Science Fair this year, which is kind of cool about this, given the current circumstances. This was a virtual regional competition this year hosted by Trine. Participants had to create a Google slide outlining the project, submit a picture of the display board, and create a video of a max of 5 minutes to qualify for any awards. A lot of our students participated, and here are some of our placements. And we'll start with Country Meadow Elementary School. We had Everett Walker, grade 3 in second place. And then in the American Justice Association, TAO Chapter Elementary Division, Kaylin Lapham placed. DeKalb High School, we had a lot of placements. So in third place in senior chemistry, Alana Morris. In second place in senior earth and environmental science, Olivia Benbow. In fifth place in senior engineering, Hannah Perry. In second place in senior engineering, Keenan Brown. In senior engineering, in first place, Clayton Brown. Second place in senior plant sciences, Atticus Refner. In first place in senior plant sciences, Sydney Hefty. From the American Criminal Justice Association TAO Chapter, Junior Senior Division, Alana Morris. In ASM Materials Education Foundation, Clayton Brown placed. From the Chi Epsilon Senior Division, Clayton Brown. Genius Olympiads, Sydney Hefty and Atticus Refner. Indiana Association of Soil and Water Conservation Districts, LaGrange, Steuben, and DeKalb counties in first place, Olivia Benbow. From the NOAA, National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration, Olivia Benbow. From the Northeast Indiana Solid Waste Management, Senior, Alana Morris. From the Purdue College of Agriculture Senior Division, Atticus Ruffner. From the RICO Sustainable Development Award, Sydney Hefty. Science Application International Corporation, Atticus Ruffner. Stockholm Junior Water Prize Division, Olivia Benbow. Trine University Math Club, Mathematical Association Student Chapter, Most Original Use of Mathematics, Clayton Brown. U.S. Agency for International Development, Clayton Brown. U.S. Air Force Senior Division, Sydney Hefty. U.S. Metric Association, Keenan Brown. U.S. Office of Naval Research, Senior, Hannah Perry. Yale Science and Engineering Association, Sydney Hefty. Hoosier Science and Engineering Fair, Senior Division, Sydney Hefty, Atticus Ruffner, and Clayton Brown. From the middle school, Junior Animal Sciences, first place, Silas Ruffner. Junior Earth Environmental Science, second place, Matthias Hefty. Junior Plant Sciences, first place, Titus Ruffner. Broadcom Masters Middle School Competition, Silas Ruffner, Titus Ruffner. Indiana Association of Soil and Water Conservation Districts, LaGrange, Steuben, and DeKalb County, second place, Silas Ruffner. Northeast Indiana Solid Waste Management, Junior, Matthias Hefty. Junior Division, first place, Silas Ruffner. And moving on to James R. Watson Elementary School, Grade 1, honorable mention was Harper Lee. Grade 2, third place was Abigail Todd. Grade 4, third place was Colin Halper. Grade 5, second place, Mara Keys. Grade 5, first place, Taylor Gibson. Grade 5, Special Award, Taylor Gibson, Society of Women Engineers. Elementary Division, Harper Lee. Hoosier Science and Engineering Fair, grades 4 through 8, Taylor Gibson and Mara Keys. The students who qualified for the statewide Hoosier Science and Engineering Fair include, in the Senior Division, Sydney Hefty, Atticus Ruffner, and Clayton Brown, while in the grade 4 through 8 division include Taylor Gibson of J.R. Watson Elementary and Mara Keys of J.R. Watson Elementary. So congratulations to you as you guys are moving on to the next step. How cool is that? All right, and now to our first submitted content from Mr. Trace Dean.
Of virtual learning, we're going to start off today with a joke of the day from my daughter, Madeline.
Where do you find a turtle with no legs?
Where?
Why were you sitting?
You know what? Nothing wrong with starting with our first joke of the day. We are going to break to some district updates along with some updates from the Indiana Department of Education to kind of consolidate information that we've seen from multiple sources. Before we get too serious here, we do have our first teacher shout out from Simon and Amy Dunn for Mrs. Young, a kindergarten teacher at Waterloo. Congratulations, Mrs. Young. You were our first teacher shout out. Now, that gets us some more serious information. Governor Holcomb came out yesterday with a lot of new information pertaining to education. Most importantly, shutting all schools down until May 1st, which gives DeKalb a potential return date of May 5th. And I think probably outside of the May 1st date, next most important thing is that the state assessments right now have been canceled. When it comes to state assessments, it's kind of hard to keep track because there's so many of them. But this includes iRead 3, iLearn, iStep, plus IM, WIDA, Screener, and iSprout. So those 6 state tests canceled. But what that does not include is AP, SAT, and the ACT. As of right now, the College Board is starting to make some announcements. I've been talking to Mrs. Kempf a lot about that because she does have seniors right now. But as soon as we get those updates, I know those will be communicated to seniors, juniors, sophomores that are looking to take that test. We're just not quite sure what that looks like yet. And as soon as we do, we will follow up here along with other people within our district with those students. All right, and now that gets us to seniors and the requirements for the seniors to graduate. Know that the Indiana Department of Education with the DeKalb Central Schools is working together to determine the best course of action to help these seniors graduate. I know teachers are working really hard right now. Mrs. Kempf has been up and down the phone lines trying to get hold of everybody. And there are a lot of different questions and concerns about going on with seniors right now. Just know that there are a lot of different people working to figure out what exactly that looks like. And remember, this is a fluid situation. So as much as we will improve the instruction that's being given to students and the quality of work and return by the students will be even better, when it comes to seniors graduating, be confident that their solution will be reached by the state and working with local school districts. There are a lot of good things going on within our district as well. One of those is helping them be able to get their work done. We know that there are some students out there that don't have internet access. So if you are a student that doesn't currently have internet access, we do have a small amount of MiFis available. I know that right now a lot have already been distributed. Mr. Wagner, the principal, has been going door to door all over the county delivering Chromebooks students left in lockers or books or paper packets, including MiFis. He's delivered a lot of them across the county. If you're a student that does not have Wi-Fi at home and needs a MiFi, I know the school has ordered more. However, what you can do is you can ask a teacher to fill out a form for you to receive a MiFi. And if you don't want to do that, you can call 920-1050, which is the tech hotline, and as a student and request one. I know that the tech department itself is working diligently to make sure to meet the needs of teachers and students with an onslaught of different tech tools that we have. There's a lot going on. So ask for patience and, keep open lines of communication. And that's something that's going on right now. And it's not just technology. From the update on the social media, you see a lot of cool different things. And I think one of the most cool things I've seen yet is on March 17th, DeKalb Central Food Services prepared 1,300 food bags for kids. What is in a food bag? 8 meals in each bag. There were over 10,000 individual meals provided to DeKalb Central students by our food service department. They were delivered by bus drivers, administrators, and various other staff all over the place. Now, so when you go to the DeKalb Central website, you want to go to the DeKalb Central Schools Closure Resource page. There you're going to find all sorts of important information. And a lot of that is the food service. With that food service, it outlines distribution sites, when and where. There's a food service form. There's a lot of information there, communication, Chromebook repair, everything you need to know as a student or parent you can find under that COVID closing page. Now, I do know that all this food that's coming from DeKalb Central isn't free. So we are looking for fiscal supporters to help provide free breakfast and lunch to all DeKalb Central students. If you're out there and wish to donate, you go ahead and reach out to Steve Snyder at ssnyder@dekalbcentral.net or call him at 920-1010 extension 1064. And those donations will go a long way in helping support students and keeping them full. Which right now I think for some people has become can become a difficult thing. If you are a local individual, entity, business, non-for-profit, and you have a message that you want to get out to students, teachers, anybody within our DeKalb family, don't be afraid to reach out to me to pkempf@dekalbcentral.net, and I will get your information out there. We'll keep the show anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes once we get up and rolling. But this isn't just about DeKalb Central. It's family, it's stakeholders, teachers, students, and anybody that is in need, given the peculiar times in which we're living right now. So don't be afraid to reach out. We'll do everything we can to make sure that you know what's going on. Thank you to all those who tuned in for our little episode right here of our Basement Chronicles, Edition 1 on March 20th with yours truly, Pete Kempf. And in the end, just remember, regardless of where you sit politically, what you believe about this pandemic, there are certain absolute truths. Right now, kids are home. Many parents are still hard at work. A lot of daycares have closed. A lot of people have been laid off. Regardless of who you are, where you're from, what you do for a living, everyone's been impacted one way or another. Help each other where you can. Be kind and understanding. There are so many things going on in our county and behind closed doors that we don't really understand what's going on, or each and everybody's individual situation. Oftentimes it takes a crisis to bring our community together when it shouldn't. We should be together, in the same common goal, and that's, we are all on the same mission to make our community a great place to live. So keep moving forward, keep doing great work, and if you want to be heard, let me know and we'll make it happen. This is Pete Kempf, not saying goodbye, but God bless, and until next time.